What's up, guys? Welcome back to JodabeniTV. Today's another amazing day to get after it, and we're going to be better today than we were yesterday. And for today's video, we're going to be looking at what's the difference between the UPSL teams and the USL League 2. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated with the new content. If you do enjoy the video, I would appreciate if you leave the like button down below. So now let's get straight into it. So the biggest difference between the USL League 2 and the UPSL is that USL League 2 happens during the summer. It starts from early May, all the way to mid-July. And then you have the playoffs and the rest. But for UPSL, there's two seasons. There's one in the spring and one in the fall. The spring starts around March and ends around July. And then the fall season starts around September and then it ends in December. So if you are trying to join both of these teams, both teams have team fees. Depending on who you are as a player, some teams are willing to take away those fees to have you join their team and club. And they're not professional teams versus, because I know some players may be asking, hey, I want to join a USL League 2 team or a UPSL team, and they want them to pay for their trip from their countries to the United States to join their teams. But you have to remember, these teams aren't professional teams, so the fundings aren't like your normal professional team. But I'm pretty sure they can always write papers to immigration to help you come through, but a lot of those expenses are gonna be on your own part. So now you're wondering, okay, you know this, now what is it? Which one should I be a part of? So it all depends. Okay, so if you're a college student and you're playing collegiately, I would highly recommend that you join a USL League 2 teams, because during the summer, a lot of college players are coming to USL League 2 to play in the summer because it's the best way to stay in shape. And you have all these other players from other schools that are going to be playing in the summer that maybe aren't in your normal conferences that you get to play against and compete, and you make new contacts that may help you in the future. So the reason why I vouch for USL 2 in the summer for college players versus UPSL is because you understand that for the MLS draft that happens every December, January time, this period is a time where a lot of pro teams are watching those specific players that's on their radars. So let's say you're playing against a player, or that same player is on your team that's on these teams and coaches' radar. You have a high chance of not being seen playing with or in that game, because they're looking for that player. And then if you're standing out, suddenly you're now on their radar. You see how that works? Versus you going and playing on a UPSL team, where this isn't the first place where USL Championship and MLS teams go look for players. Just naturally, they're looking for players who are typically in college. So even if you're not in college and you're playing USL League 2 and you're standing out, you're gonna be seen by all of these coaches. So I'm all about increasing your probabilities when it comes to signing a professional contract. So you want to put yourself in the best possible position, such as playing on teams that pro coaches are paying attention to. You understand what I'm saying? So there's gonna be a lot of, I'm not saying if you play UPSL, you're not gonna go pro. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm just increasing your probabilities of being seen, because that's all we want to do. The reason why we're playing UPSL, reason why we're playing USL League 2 is to get that opportunity, somebody to see us and to invite us in for a tryout. One of the big reasons why I highly recommend anybody to play with USL League 2 over the summer over UPSL, if you can. Like, if you already started a season with your UPSL team, be respectful, finish your season with that team. But if you're not on a team, I'd highly recommend you play USL League 2, because some of these teams are correlated with USL Championship teams. So you have USL Championship teams where they have their own U23s, or just their USL League 2 team where you could be a part of. And who knows, maybe at the end of the summer, if they like you, they can sign you, so you don't have to go back to college or go back to your old teams. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I think right now there's probably like 13 affiliated USL Championship teams. So you want to pay attention to those teams, and you want to be on them because you have direct access with the first team. Now, the upside of playing on UPSL is that there's more range of players. It's not just college kids. You have players that come from overseas, players that are 27, 28, 29, 30, or even older, and there's players that are as young as 16 playing in these leagues. And then there's different levels to it. So maybe if you're not the best right now, you can play on the lower UPSL teams and then work your way up to the first division teams and the best teams there is. But as a college student, let's say you're in college, but you're not playing collegiately with any teams. UPSL is perfect because it's the whole year. You still keep getting better. You're playing with experienced players. Because I'm telling you, UPSL has some really nice players. Maybe some of these players haven't had their chance to sign professionally, but these players have been grinding most of their lives, playing and training and toning their skills. So you're gonna be learning new things from these guys. You're gonna be playing against certain players that traveled around the world already. Some players already play professionally, but they're playing in UPSL as retirement league. And even so, that's a lot of experience that you get to learn from all these older players. Both leagues have great soccer, all right? So whenever you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about, is USL League 2 gonna have better soccer than UPSL? Well, the UPSL top division, I'm pretty sure if those teams came to USL 2 championship, USL 2, League 2, they would do pretty well, right? There's not a big difference between, oh, this league sucks, that league sucks. Maybe the lower levels of UPSL isn't on par to USL League 2, but the top level of UPSL can definitely compete with top USL League 2 teams. So both teams, I'd say, for players, use it as a stepping stone. Use it as a stepping stone to get into the next level. Use what's in your means, because yes, USL 2 is a great league to play in the summer, but you don't always get picked up on these teams. So you want to maximize your chances. So if you're applying to USL League 2 teams and nobody can take you in, okay, fine. Now you know those UPSL teams as well. So don't, see it as, oh, if you don't play USL 2, you cannot sign pro, or if you sign UPSL, you can't go pro. No, that's not what I'm saying. You can go pro any path. But also know that there's certain benefits that come with playing in one league and another benefit coming in one league. So whichever one you're coming after, that's what I'm sharing with you right now. I have friends who've gotten contract offers after playing an amazing USL 2 season. Like August comes around and teams want to sign them, but they ended up staying in school to try to get into the draft. But knowing this, you can use that to your advantage. How often do you see UPSL players play matches and then get asked to receive a pro contract summer? Usually for UPSL players, playing really well in your UPSL, your team does really well, does help you out always. And some of these UPSL coaches have great connections with other teams in other countries. So you also have to pay all these little details to teams, coaches, their connections. All these play a big factor, and it's all coming down to, once you do your analysis, what's the best possible route to pick. And this is from my experience. I played both with UPSL and USL League 2. And I feel like I received more benefits with USL League 2 attached to my name. So that's what I wanted to compare. If you guys have any other opinions about the two leagues, maybe something that I missed, because it's been a while since I played with UPSL, so let me know in the comment section down below, and let's see. And maybe if I missed something very important, I'll remake a new video updated. So yeah, I know. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. JodabeniTV is out.
Oh babe, you might just make me go crazy. Thinking about you like all day. I'ma need you like always.